Hi. Thank you, Elder Jesse Morin. So again, I bring greetings from leadership here in Enoch. You know, it's always special when we invite our guests, our visitors, our neighbors to come be a part of our culture through art, through song, through dance, through ceremony. There's so much that could be shared. And our elders often remind us here in our community, historically, Enoch has always maintained good relations with our neighbors. Given our close proximity to the city of Edmonton and surrounding municipalities, it's always been understood that it's important to practice wakuhtawin. Wakuhtawin is a Cree word that means relationships. It speaks to good relations with one another, not only as humans, but relations to the land, to the animals, the plants, the medicines. Our elders often remind us that all life is sacred. So really, when we come together to share our culture through art, through ceremony, through dance, through song and the drum, we're honoring those relationships. Enoch has always strived to lead the way, really, when it comes to reconciliation. An elder recently told us that word of reconciliation, really all that means, more importantly than anything, is to treat each other with respect. Because in doing so, we can understand each other all that much more better. So I'd like to formally recognize that Alberta Culture Days will be hosted here in Enoch on September 16th and September 17th. So we'd like to invite our friends, our neighbors, our relatives to come join us over 2 days as we come to discover, celebrate, and experience First Nations culture through song, through dance, through food, through visiting, and through storytelling. We wish to invite you to be a part of this experience so that we could truly walk on this path of reconciliation. I'd also like to invite our visitors. We have a couple of visitors here as well that have come to participate today and bring some good words as well. And from there, we'll also have a song from the drummers, the singers. We have some dancers as well that I'll be introducing. We have some royalty with us today. And it's always good, you know, when we come together, because really all it comes down to is celebration. It's a celebration of life. So I'm very happy to bring these words on behalf of the leadership, on behalf of our elders, our young people here in Muskegse, the community of Enoch. I'd like to introduce and call up my good friend here, Ron Orr. Ron Orr was first elected as the MLA for the Lacombe-Ponoka constituency on May 5th of 2015. So I'd like to welcome him up to share a few words.
So thank you so much, Councillor Morin. I do want to also acknowledge Elder Morin. Thank you for your drawing attention to the importance of spirituality in our lives. I always appreciate your people's doing that. I think it's important. I think it's something that some of our Western culture has lost, something that you can help bring back to us. So truly thank you. And also want to just join with you in your loss. I understand a few people have passed away in the last week, one of your elders. So yeah, we pray for them as well. So thank you. So elders, Councillor Morin, I just want to thank you for joining us here today. I am pleased today, as has already been introduced, or he introduced me, by Elder Rocky Morin, Councillor. I also want to thank Mark Smith, MLA, for Drayton Valley, Devon area, for his attendance and participation in today's event. Before I begin my comments, I do definitely want to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, and this is important for our Indigenous people, but also for the Métis of our land. And quite honestly, it's important for me. I feel a closeness to the land. As the older I get, the more important it becomes to me, the more valuable it is. Pleased to be here, especially on Enoch Cree Nation. Thank you to the nation and to the leadership for inviting me. And I'm really thankful and pleased that you have embraced and decided to become a partner. In fact, one of the Culture Days feature celebration sites this year will be right here on Enoch Cree Nation. Wonderful opportunity for Albertans to learn about your culture, to meet with you, to have the opportunity to join in your music, to hear you, to see your dance. So I just truly want to extend my sincere thanks. Nananaskami, I think it is. Thank you anyway, I appreciate it. September is going to be a busy month, full of celebrations of what makes our province truly unique. As many of you know, this year we will kick off the month of culture with the inaugural Alberta Day event, which is on September 1. Alberta Day has been recognized, really it's the birthday of Alberta. September 1st, 1905, Alberta as an entity came into being. Not very long compared to the people of this nation here, I suppose, but I think it's important that we celebrate the birthday of our province as well, to recognize and celebrate our unique geography, our unique histories, our unique peoples, which includes many of the Indigenous nations, our political challenges, and our identity as people together, who we are, as we seek reconciliation, as we seek to live with each other prosperously and at peace and truly caring for one another. Alberta Day will host a whole bunch of free events throughout the province. Many of the main festivities will be taking place in Edmonton and Calgary on September 2 and 3. That's for Alberta Day. But also there will be other municipalities all across the province hosting events as well. But that's just the kickoff for Culture Days. The whole month of September is Culture Days in Alberta. Did you know we're the only province in Canada that dedicates an entire month to culture, to the arts, to music, to dance, to sharing and expressing the things that really express life to us. And so the month of September is Culture Days, and it's also the month of the artist in Alberta. And so watch for an announcement on that toward the end of the month. But in this entire month, we will celebrate artists, musicians, filmmakers, and many others who will be participating in Culture Days and events all across our province. Last year, Culture Days was a tremendous success, and from the list of events already registered, this year is going to be even bigger and better. Alongside the events happening here at Enoch Cree Nation, Alberta's government is providing funding to over 100 other municipalities for family-friendly activities across the province. And while I'm here with you today, at this moment, simultaneously there are sort of kickoff events, if you want, happening in some other places in the province. Arts on the Avenue in Edmonton, the Centre for Creative Arts in Grand Prairie, the High River Performing Arts, and the Calgary Chinese Cultural Society in Calgary are also this afternoon kicking off Culture Days and their events. So thank you for taking the time to be with us and to celebrate Alberta and all that it has to offer, for taking time to learn about the peoples of this province and about our province. Culture Days is like a family get-together. It's about connecting, sharing, having fun. It's about appreciating traditions and learning from other traditions as well. We really need to be, and in many ways are, one Alberta family. Alberta is filled with varying beliefs and values, but at the end of the day, we support and we respect and we cherish each other. And it is who we are that makes our province such a great place to live. So I invite all Albertans to explore as many of the Culture Day events as possible going on around the province. Make an afternoon, an evening, a day, a weekend of it if you want. Bring your family, your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues. And today, as I said, we will get a sense of what our friends at Enoch Cree Nation will be doing as one of the feature sites next month. Culture Days will include also free admission to all open provincial historic sites and museums from September 24 to 26. Our website, albertaculturedays.ca, is there to help you discover a variety of other amazing arts and culture experiences happening near you. And so now, before we get to the highlights of today's events, I want to turn it back over to Rocky Morin, who is our chair today, and thank you all for coming. Thank you, Rocky.
All right, thank you. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. That's awesome, Yeah, thank you, MLA Ron Orr. It's always beautiful when our friends, our neighbors speak the Cree language, when they make an attempt to speak the language, because that really is a beautiful act of reconciliation. It reminds me of one of our elders who was also asked what more could be done to promote reconciliation. And one of our elders, he reminded our people that a long time ago, when Enoch was in this area being formed, our neighbors around us, they used to speak the language in order to have that relationship, in order to trade, in order to share. So really, when we go back to that idea of reconciliation back then, it was understanding each other. So the language was one such piece that our elders often talk about. So being familiar with the nations as well, and the language is always good. The treaty acknowledgement, the land acknowledgement is also a beautiful gesture too, because it gives us that insight and that reminder of how it's so important to work together on this land that we share. I'd now like to call up His Honorable Mark Smith, who's also an MLA. He's joining us here. And I'll let him introduce himself. So come on up, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Morin. Minister Oren, or Minister Oren, Minister Orr, honored elders, Councilmember Morin, and distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, our royalty. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Mark Smith, and I am proud to serve this region as the MLA for Drayton Valley, Devon. This year we kick off September with the inaugural Alberta Day celebrations happening on September the 2nd and 3rd. As Minister Orr mentioned, September is also Month of the Artist, and much of that celebration weaves well into Culture Days. The events held across Alberta throughout September, across the province, they benefit our communities immeasurably. And they give us an opportunity to recognize and appreciate the participating cultural groups, artists, artisans, and musicians. They allow us to connect with the things that contribute to making Alberta such a great place to live. We have a vibrant and a rich cultural tapestry that makes up our province. And Alberta Culture Days is our passport to exploring that richness and its diversity. And best of all, these events are free and family-friendly. And today we get a taste of what is in store for us, and this is but a hint of what awaits us in September. Aside from the 104 events that the government is sponsoring this year, communities across Alberta will put on hundreds of more events as part of Culture Days. And today's event should give Albertans a desire to check out what their communities and local groups are doing to celebrate Culture Days. And we hope you take in as much culture as 1 month can offer you. And maybe just on a personal note, I don't know if you girls know this or not. You are royalty, referred to as royalty, correct? Okay, and you are in the Enoch Reserve that is on my eastern side of my boundary, of my constituency. On the very western end of my constituency is Drayton Valley. And it too has royalty, for we have both the Canadian Rodeo Queen and the high school rodeo queen, both in Drayton Valley. So I think it would be great if on the 16th and the 17th, you invited the other royalty to come out and visit with you. I think that would be a great idea. Now, for those of you that have never been out to Enoch, I can tell you this, I'm not sure I've had any more fun in my life than coming to the Indian relays like I did last month, or coming out to the powwow. It is an absolute blessing to come out here and to experience that, and I would personally invite you to come out and enjoy your neighbors that live here. So thank you for being here today, Minister. Thank you for your introduction, Councilmember Morin, and I would just invite the rest of Alberta to come out to this amazing part of the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, my friend. So with that, I would like to introduce our powwow royalty. So throughout Indian country, we have powwow celebrations, and within these celebrations, we have royalty that compete for the title. So I'd like to introduce our Enoch Senior Princess. This is Miss Kaya Longwar, and she is our Senior Princess. She's a jingle dress dancer, and she represents her nation very proudly. And then we have our Enoch Junior Princess, Val Bruno. And she's also a jingle dress dancer, and she's very proud and happy to represent her nation. So wherever they go, any powwow, any celebration, any event such as this, their duty is to represent the nation, to represent their people, the elders, the young people in a good way. So I'm going to invite them to take the center dance floor, and I'm going to also introduce the drum group, the River Cree Singers, right here from Enoch. And they're going to be rendering a jingle dress song for our two young ladies here. So with that, let's powwow.